Amy Hagstrom Miller, Whole Women Health and Self, here to testify against the bill.
Thank you. Thank you, Chairman and honorable committee members. Thank you for hearing my testimony today. My name is Amy Hagstrom Miller, and I'm going to talk really fast. I oppose HB 60. I am the president and CEO of Whole Women's Health. We operate 5 of the licensed abortion facilities that would close in the state of Texas if this bill was to pass, and we also have one of the ambulatory surgical centers, one of the 5. Over 68% of the women we serve in our clinics are mothers. All of them are responsible, trustworthy, compassionate, ethical, and caring women. The women we serve are your friends, your coworkers, your family, and your fellow Texans. Abortion didn't start with Roe v. Wade. Safe abortion started with Roe v. Wade. Women have always had abortions, and the issue at hand here is what kind of abortions are we willing to let Texas women have? Many people have very strong feelings and beliefs about abortion. We all have the right to those feelings and to those beliefs. But feelings and beliefs should not inform scientific law and medical policy in the state of Texas. These laws are specifically crafted, all of them, to reduce women's access to abortion in Texas, plain and simple. The bills do nothing to prevent abortions or prevent unplanned pregnancy. They do nothing to change the need for abortion among Texas women. Texas women will still need abortion care. The current statistic is that 1 in 3 women will have an abortion in Texas in her lifetime. If these restrictions pass, we will have a public health crisis in the state of Texas, as thousands of women will be without proper care. Abortion is one of the most common and safe procedures in medicine. It is 9 times safer than childbirth. We know that the abortion decision is often surrounded by heartache, as nobody plans to have an abortion. For many women, experiencing abortion is not simply medical, but it involves emotional and spiritual exploration as well. Because of this, women deserve a safe place to receive this level of care, a safe medical clinic that is licensed by the state with board-certified physicians, highly trained nurses, and compassionate counselors. Texas women deserve the best care available, and Texas women receive that care now in the 47 licensed, safe, legal, and reputable abortion facilities already offering care in our state. There is no reason for passing any one of these bills. They do not solve a safety problem for women in Texas. Texas women have been able to count on safe, legal abortion care for over 40 years, and the Department of State Health Services has a record of year after year of safe abortion care in licensed abortion facilities in Texas. I strongly oppose the passing of this bill, and I have serious concern for our citizens if these bills were to pass. Since the passing of the bill a year and a half ago in the last legislative session, we have seen women take matters into their own hands in numerous areas of the state of Texas, specifically in our clinic in Beaumont, in our clinic in the Rio Grande Valley in McAllen. We see women trying to self-abort at home. We see women taking medicine. Sometimes they'll come into our clinic with 50 Cytotec pills in their vagina. They will have used a coat hanger. They will have had their partner try to beat them in the stomach, all to avoid the 24-hour waiting period we have now. This is not even close to what you're proposing in this bill. I thank you again for hearing my testimony, and I strongly encourage you to take serious consideration.
You've testified before us many times. I appreciate you being
Actually,
here.
just once.
Susan Motley, here representing herself, testifying against the bill.
Thank you for your time and your endurance. My name is Susan Motley. I'm from Irving, Texas. I'm a constituent of Linda Harper Brown, representative, who is, as I understand it, a co-author of this bill. I am strongly against it. A few things about me. I'm a mother of 4. I am a Christian. I have never had an abortion, but I've had the constitutional right to do so for 40 years. I was 3. I want to summarize my position very quickly and then share 2 personal stories. Summary is this: I am pro-choice, I am pro-family, I am pro-life. The pro-life part is a point that I want to explain through these 2 stories. Stories about fear, choice, and consequences that could have occurred if I could not have exercised it. The first story involves me at 10 years old. I was in the bathroom stall at Brandenburg Elementary on Hillcrest Drive in Irving, Texas. I was afraid. I was afraid because I had been sexually abused by a family member. I had had a period the year before, and I did not know enough to know whether what had happened to me physically could make me pregnant. It didn't, and though I didn't know it then, it couldn't. What did I do? I had a choice. I had a choice to do something about that. My choice was to tell someone about it, get information, and find out what to do. The result of that choice was to have peace of mind. Fast forward about 20 years later. I'd been married almost 10 years. I had 3 girls, all 5 years old and under. Meanwhile, I had been to law school and graduated the University of Texas School of Law. All 3 of those girls had been planned. 2 of them were twins. They were 5. The other little girl was just 4 months old. I learned that I was pregnant again. This time, it was not planned. I was new in my career, and I was afraid. I had just gone back to work, afraid of what might happen to my job, afraid of what I would do. The depth of my fear, though, had more to do with what was going on at home between me and my husband. We were having trouble, lots of trouble. There were lots of sleepless nights when he hadn't come home. I had 3 little girls, and I was pregnant with a son, and I didn't know how I was going to take care of the 3 of them, nor the 4th that I was pregnant with. But once again, a constant that I had at that time was a choice. That choice comforted me. Without it, I'm not sure what would have happened. I'm not sure how desperate I would have been, but I do know this. During those dark times, possibly I was suffering from postpartum depression too. Who knows? I was an emotional roller coaster at that point.
Susan,
yes.
Can we wrap it up just so we can keep these other witnesses coming on?
Yes, this is a very short wrap-up. Give me 30 seconds, please, because this part is important. During that very dark period in my life, at the dinner table with my 3 girls, one of them said, out of the blue, "Mommy, I don't want you to die." I didn't know where that came from. I don't know how she was perceiving that my emotions were going like this every single day, and I was desperate and had no clue what I was going to do in life. "Mommy, I don't want you to die." Her message is mine today. Take away that choice for women, take away that access, and like Dr. Davis said, women will die. Don't make them.
Trisha Lynch, here representing herself against the bill.
Hi, my name's Trisha Lynch. I'm a social media activist. I go by the name of Trisha My Choice Lynch. I moved to Texas in 1972. In 1973, my Constitution guaranteed me the right to an abortion up to 24 weeks. In 1978, I had to take advantage of that. The father of my unborn cluster of cells and I walked down 2nd Avenue in New York to the hospital. 4 hours later, we left, and that was the end. I have a 32-year-old daughter. I have a 30-year-old son. I am pro-choice. I am pro-life. I have proven that twice over. You're not taking my rights away from me anymore because I am beyond that. Who you're messing with is my daughter, and I will not have anyone mess with my daughter's rights. I'm a social media activist. I have been doing this for 3 years. I have watched you all trample my reproductive rights for 3 years since the special session that you all called and passed the ultrasound bill. State rape. I am opposed to this bill. 1978, I had an abortion. The father of my cluster of cells had to sign a paper allowing me to have that abortion. 1982, my son was born in a Catholic hospital. We had decided, my husband and I, that we were having no more kids, and I would have a tubal ligation with his signature on the paper. The Catholic Church said no to a Jewish woman. No, you can't have your tubes tied in our hospital. You go home, You spend 3 months, you go back to the hospital, you have another invasive surgery, have your stomach blown up with gas so they can go in and tie your tubes that I had to have my husband's permission for. This is 2013. I am done having men sign papers for my body. This is my right, it's my choice, it's my Constitution, and this is the state I choose to live in. And so trust me, keep bringing this stuff up, I will be back here time and time and time again. And this time when everybody in Texas goes to vote, trust me, we have 52% women. 34% are not going to be what shows up this time. It will be 52% women. Think about that when you vote on this bill.
Thank you for your testimony. Ellen Sweet, here representing herself to testify against the bill.
I am indeed. To me, HB 60, HB. I'm so sorry. I'm Ellen Sweets. I live in Austin. Eddie Rodriguez is my rep. To me, HB 60 is a classic example of what happens when religious zealotry has a head-on collision with irresponsible governance. I am the daughter of a woman who had an abortion. As a result, I didn't have a sister, but I ended up with 2 brothers. She had a choice in the 1940s. It wasn't easy, but she had the choice. When I discovered that I was pregnant and not married, I too had a choice. And when I got to the top stair of the 3-story stone building where I knew the physician was waiting for me, I chickened out. And I walked back down the steps, and I ended up with a fabulous daughter who is now embarking on her 3rd career. Her first career having culminated with a stint with Alvin Ailey Dance Theater as a professional dancer. Her second as a chef in Dallas and Aspen, Colorado. My 3rd experience was with Opal Brown. Opal Brown was a childhood friend I thought would be my sister. We were that close. She bled to death after experiencing septicemia as a result of a botched back alley abortion. She was from a Baptist family. She couldn't talk to anybody about it, so she went and found out on her own who to go to. She went, and she died for it. I'm here because the draconian anti-abortion bill before you will take us back in time to the day in 1956 when Opal Brown died. If the author of this perfectly dreadful bill truly cared about preserving life, this bill would not have been submitted to a legislature that rejected the federal offer to subsidize Medicaid coverage. Rejecting that funding does not reflect responsible governance. It's both frustrating and heartbreaking that neither healthcare advocates nor business groups were able to persuade the governor and the Texas legislature to expand the state's Medicaid population under the Affordable Care Act, even though it meant shunning an estimated $100 billion over time. I am now 72 years old and dumbfounded by why, in 2013, I'm forced to revisit the day Opal Brown died. Thank you.